Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. To you I say Shalom. Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the flock of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. And this lesson is going to be titled As It Is Written, because Jake, naturally, or since we're a saltful people, when we tell stories, what do? We add a little salt to it, embellish a little, make it spicy, make it more, exciting. But with these scriptures, you don't have to do that. You don't have to add or take away from the scriptures, because the scriptures by itself is already pure. The words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai doesn't need anything, man. It's as perfect as is, man. All right, so there's a lot of false doctrines going out there. And what are false doctrines? False doctrines are a doctrine where you take away or add to the scriptures, man, to make it fit your narrative. All right, but that's going off. And I'm going to prove that. This is Psalms chapter 19. I'm going to start at verse 7. The law of the Lord Yahweh is perfect, converting the soul. The testimony of the Lord Yahweh is sure, making wise the simple. The statutes of the Lord are right, rejoicing the heart. The commandment of the Lord is pure, enlightening the eyes. See, the law and statutes, they're perfect, man. They're pure. So you don't need to add anything. You don't need to take away anything away. Just leave it as it is written, man. That's what Yahweh always did when he quoted the scriptures. As it is written. He didn't add anything away. He didn't take anything away. All right? It's already in harmony. When you add and take away to the scriptures, you mess up the balance, man. The ratio is already perfect. It's already written perfectly. You don't need to add anything. All right? Let me jump over to Slakia. I'm going to go to Proverbs chapter 30. Start at verse 5. Every word of the Most High is pure. He is a shield unto them that put their trust in him. All right? The name of the Lord is a strong tower, man. If you put your faith in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you put your faith in a solid foundation. But the point I wanted to bring out is that every word of the Most High is pure. So everything that is written in the scriptures is pure. Whether it's something righteous or whether it's something evil that happened, man. It's pure. All right? The destruction that's coming to America is written in the scriptures. America will be destroyed by thermonuclear missiles written in the scriptures. But even that, in and of itself, is a purification process. America's going to be destroyed by fire to purify it. For the desert animals, not for anybody else. Alright, Proverbs 30 and 6. Add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar. Alright, because when you add to the scriptures, you're adding your own words. And your own vain words are going to come to naught at the end of the day, man. Let me jump over to the book of Revelations, because there's a punishment for adding to the scriptures, man. Revelations 22 and 18. For I testify unto every man that heareth the words of the prophecy of this book. If any man shall add unto these things, Yahweh shall add unto him the plagues that are written in this book. So if you add to the scriptures, you're adding plagues to your life, man. Plagues that are written in this book. Some of the plagues that are written in this book are the curses. Those are plagues. The curses are plagues. Alright? Death, famine, sickness. All these are plagues. The sword. Alright, so if adding adding your own words to the scriptures or adding anybody else's words to the scriptures is going to cost you dearly, man. So just leave it as it is written. Verse 19. And if any man shall take away from the words of the book of this prophecy, Yahweh shall take away his part out of the book of life, and out of the holy city, and from the things which are written in this book. And that's a scary thing, man. That's a scary thing, to be taken out of the holy city, to be casted out of Israel, basically. right? To be cut off, right? That's what happens when you take away from this book. And this is why Esau Edom is going to get sure judgment. Because what did they do? They created their own scriptures. They got a script. They created the slave Bible, which they took out some certain scriptures and gave it to the slaves to keep them in captivity. They created their own versions of the Bible, which is one of them being the gay Bible. They're adding, if there's one precept in the gay Bible, they're adding words into the scriptures, man. All right, because they're twisting it to fit their own narrative. All right, this is why they're gonna get plagued, man. Esau Edom is gonna receive all the plagues that are written in this book. All right, because one of the plagues that are written in this book for Esau Edom is the curses being reversed upon him. So that alone, it proves that he's gonna get plagues written in this book. All right, let me jump over to Deuteronomy chapter 4. Deuteronomy 4:2. Ye shall not add unto the word which I command you, neither shall ye diminish aught from it, that ye may keep the commandments of the Lord Yahweh your power, which I command you. Don't add unto the words. Don't diminish from the words. All right. What's another example of taking away from the word? What do so-called Christians say? Oh, the law's done away with. That's adding and taking away from the word at the same time. All right. So that's double wicked, man. Saying that the law is done away with is extremely wicked, man. All right, because what does it do? It creates wickedness. It makes people go out and live any way they want to, right? But what do? They go back to church on Sunday and tithe. And tithing is part of the laws, man. So Christians are all double-minded. This is why they're all messed up in the head, man. And this is why when you question their doctrine, when you question their narrative, they usually lash out and change the subject. Say some wild something. It doesn't make sense, man. I learned my lesson. I don't go back and forth with Christians anymore, man. Leave them the precepts and just let it be, man. Just let it be, because what are they gonna do? They're not gonna say, "Oh yeah, you're right. Let me learn this way." No, man. That'll rarely happen. So you do your part and you pray that the Most High opens their eyes. If not, they were meant to be blinded. All right. Because what does the scriptures say? The deceived and the deceiver are his. Roughly paraphrasing. All right. So they were deceived by the deceiver, but they ultimately is done by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, man. All right, let me get one more. I'm going to wrap it up, Lord willing. This is 2 Timothy chapter 2. 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto the Most High, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. All right. But shun profane and vain babblings, for they will increase unto more ungodliness. I just wanted to read verse 16 because that was in the spirit. Because I was just talking about Christians, and what are they gonna do? Say something that doesn't make sense? That's vain babblings, man. You shun that. You gotta shun that, man. Just leave it be, man. All right, let me go into this word shun, Lord willing. I know I'm getting off topic. I'm gonna get right back on. All right. Shun, to place one around one, to stand around, to turn oneself about for the purpose of avoiding something, to avoid, shun. Yeah, just leave it be, man. They start talking about, oh, the law's done away with, I can eat what I want. That's Old Testament. That's the vain babblings, man. When people say, oh, that's Old Testament, doesn't count, you're taking away from the scriptures, man. Because when the Yahweh Shai says, as it is written, it's written in the Old Testament. Because Yahushua wasn't walking around reading the New Testament. Doesn't make sense, man. But, again, you got to shun them, man. Let me read 16 again. Slakia, 15 again. 2 Timothy 2:15. Study to show thyself approved unto Yahweh, a workman that needeth not to be ashamed, rightly dividing the word of truth. We got to divide the word of truth rightly, correctly. Because if you do it incorrectly, especially if you do it, Slakia, because there are levels to this. So again, if you're new to the truth, if you're new in the faith, of course you're not going to understand everything off rip. So you might understand, you might have false doctrines in your mind because you hear it from other camps. But eventually the Spirit will lead you to the truth. And whether you gravitate towards it or not, it's totally up to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. But again, we study to show ourselves approved. This is why we study, to rightly divide the word of truth. Because again, if you out here telling lies, right? If you're saying, oh, Yahushua is going to come to save everybody, you're not rightly dividing the word of truth. And what are you doing? You're spreading false doctrine, and you're adding and taking away from the words of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And when you do that, you add plagues into your life, or you get your name taken out of the book of life. All right? So this is a deadly serious thing about rightly dividing the word of truth, man. Let's leave it as it is written. That's it. And if you're not sure of something, don't teach it, you know. If you're not sure, don't teach it. Just, you know, pray for understanding. Ask the Akim for help, you know. Ask men of great millstone for more understanding. Watch more videos, you know, because you can always type in the subject matter and type in GMS into YouTube. It's law done away with GMS. And you'll see videos pop up, man. And it'll rightly dividing the word of truth. All right. But I'm going to wrap it up with that. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Again, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles, the great millstone that rule well. And peace and salutations to the elect of Israel. Until next time, I want to say Shalom and Abad Babal.